Who hates having to spend money on gas? Whether you drive a truck or a car, it gets very expensive and quite frankly be annoying. Everyone has to have gas, whether you drive a truck or a car. If you drive, you're more likely than not to spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on gas each year. Time magazine did a research in 2018 that showed that the average spend on gas for a Ford F-150, the most popular car of 2017, was about $1,800, and even a car with better gas mileage, such as a Honda Civic, spent around $1,100. Today I will be talking about some things that could help you avoid this and save some money. As you know from my first speech, I have grown up heavily influenced by cars. By the time I could walk, I was working on cars, and by the time I could read, I was researching everything there was to know about cars. Through this, I also saw the new innovations throughout the years. One of the main new innovations in the last 10 years was electric cars. Today I will be telling you about electric cars. It made a huge boom in the car industry, and will be explaining why this is in my speech. I will first do this by telling you how they are part of everyday life, then I will tell you about how they work, and lastly I will tell you the pros and cons of the cars themselves and owning them. Although many of you might not be in the market for a car now, in a couple of years you might be. Electric cars have been on the come up for multiple years and have seen no sign of slowing down. Electric cars are a huge and upcoming industry. Throughout the last 10 years or so, electric cars have made a huge impact. Almost all major car brands in some way have included electricity into their lineup, whether it be electric cars or hybrid cars which use gas and electricity. Even more recently, lots of supercar companies such as Ferrari, McLaren, and Porsche have used electricity in their lineups. And this is a Porsche all-electric car that comes out in 2020. Although there are big companies that are just now getting into electric cars, there are some companies that have focused solely on electric cars for years before now. One of the biggest and most well-known is Tesla. Although they've been around for 20 years, they didn't get big until their 2012 release of the Model S. Since then, Tesla is the leading electric car company in the world. They now offer the Model S, which is a sedan, Model 3, which is a smaller, more affordable version of the Model S, the Model X, which is their fully electric SUV, and according to Top Speed, they are now releasing a Model Y, which is a smaller version of the Model X. They've also released a Cybertruck. One of the other cars that they're planning to release in the next 2 years, is the Tesla Roadster, which is this car right here. And according to Tesla.com, it's said to go 0 to 60 in just 1.9 seconds, making it the fastest accelerating car in the world. Next, I will talk about how they work. This will help you understand how they work without gas. Just like anything with a battery, it must be charged. Due to the car itself having to be charged, oftentimes you can only go a certain distance before having to stop and recharge it. And this is a picture of a Tesla charging station. In order to get, on a full charge, they usually get 200 to 300 miles before stopping to recharge. In order to get a full charge, it can take hours. Tesla looked into this, and on the Tesla only chargers, they made it where you can get a full charge in just 30 minutes, which is called a supercharge. So rather than having to stop for a night and a matter of hours to charge your car, you can just go get lunch and charge your car, and by the time you're done, it'll be completely charged. This allows people to charge their car very quickly, so it kind of takes the time down. Most electric cars also have multiple motors. The Model S, which is this one right here, has 2 motors. It has one for the front set of wheels and one for the back set of wheels. And this portrays that, as the batteries are here and the motors are on each of the sets of wheels and the axles. According to how stuff works, the motor gets their power from controllers, which are located here, and then the controllers get it from the batteries and they move it into the motors. This layout also helps to explain why electric cars have excellent acceleration, as the 2 motors each make all 4 wheels spin quickly. Lastly, I will talk about the pros and cons. This will ultimately help you personally decide if electric cars are worth the price. One of the main benefits, according to Auto Trader, is the fact that you don't need gas, obviously. Along with this, there's no use for oil due to the fact that there is a battery, so you don't have to lubricate the parts. Another benefit is due to less parts, therefore there's less maintenance required. Along with this is the brakes don't wear as quickly. One of the cons to having electricity is it can be very hard to find as there's only charging stations on main highways. Another con from the weak UK is the fact that they are very expensive to obtain, ranging from $70,000 to $130,000. So, as I said before, electric cars are booming and isn't showing any sign of slowing down. Along with that, I still believe they have a long way to completely take over the car industry, and they need to get more affordable for more people to afford them. I told you about electric cars first by talking about everyday life, then I talked about how they work, and lastly I talked about the pros and cons. So now that you're informed on this topic, do you think they are worth the price, or do you think that they will ever take over the car industry? You decide. Thank you.